treat everybody for stress, whether they're coming in for stress or not, because if you can relax, if you can get a deep breath, if you can quiet the mind, you're going to feel a whole lot better. That it can really help move that stuck energy, release that pain, release the anxiety. I do a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress related acupuncture. It's wonderful for that. Stress is the one thing in Western medicine that you really can't control for in a double blind placebo control study. So all of the studies that are done out there, what Western medicine can't control for is the effect of stress. And I do think that stress on, especially in our hard driving society where we go and we're nonstop and we're doing 100 things a day, we're multitasking. How do you quiet yourself down inside? How do you find the time to take that deep breath and just relax? It's hard for us.
Can you relieve a little of my stress today?
I'd be happy to.
Well, she's got that look in her eye. She's saying, uh-oh.
Let me at him. Can I walk around here?
Yeah, come on around, and
okay.
I'll be doing play-by-play here
Okay.
as we go. She does have a little alcohol cloth here that she has out, and she's dabbing now the forehead area.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this right between the eyebrows, and what you're feeling now is the tube. So the needle is held into a tube. So what you're feeling, the pressure is not the needle but the tube. So what I end up doing is I tap the needle right through the tube. Before you know it, the needle is in, okay?
Now, for the first shot here, going right between the eyes,
And
I think
it's
we
in.
could have warmed up a little bit. Started on a finger, maybe a toe or something.
Well, fingers and toes, actually, it's better to start here.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so it's in. How was that?
The needle is in,
The
and it's
needle is
a
in.
little pinch, but not anything that even would cause you to blink or grimace.
Right. And really what you felt was the pressure of the tube against the skin, and then it just tapped it in. And so that's it. So what we have now in is that yin tongue point, the point between the eyes, or the third eye. Allows you to, when you're resting and just lying there and breathing, allows you perhaps to see what's open and what potential and what can open to your mind. It's like
So
a
if I was
window
in
into
your
mind.
office, I would be laying down.
You'd be
There would
lying
be some
down.
soft music playing, and
Right.
I would get this little needle in the forehead,
Right.
and then right between the eyes, basically. And then at that point, I would try to just relax.
Just relax, yeah. And then the next thing I do is I would wipe the
Okay, she's going
your
for the ear
ear.
now.
So
She
I'm
was
gonna
talking
wipe the
about the
various
points. So
points in the
to
ear.
stress relief, she's kind of cleaning my ear out a little bit. I was trying to be, trying to clean up a little bit before the program here today.
okay.
But she's going through it with the alcohol. She says that the point between the eyes is the first point that they want to apply the needle. The second place that they go is the ear, and she's put in 2 now.
I put in two.
Two so
I have
far.
the
She cleaned up the ear a little bit.
sympathetic.
Now
Yes.
these I can't feel at all. There was just a little slight bit of pressure on the one that went in between the eyes, but I've got 3 needles in the ear now, which I always thought I would be for a pierced ear candidate, the worst candidate on the planet. This isn't so bad. In fact, I think if you were getting this particular part of the treatment, you wouldn't feel it at all. These needles are going in and you just don't feel it.
This is the needle between the eyes. This is the yin tongue, or the third eye. The first needle that I put in is called the sympathetic point. And this sympathetic actually, and why the needles in the ear work so well is because it helps to release endorphins. So the endorphins is those hormones that get suppressed with chronic stress and anxiety. So what we really do want to do is to release some endorphins, which the endorphins are your feel-good hormones. So I have the sympathetic point. I've got the shenmen. The shenmen helps quiet the spirit, and it's good for relaxation, can be good for sleep. I have the kidney point, which is good for the organs and to quiet the organs inside. I have the liver point, which has a lot to do with stress and that go energy. And then I have the lung point, which is the one that you felt on the inside of the ear, the last one, and just to help you breathe and open up the whole chest and your organ system.
Now, in a twisted sort of way, I find radio programs and hosting programs to be somewhat relaxing. It's enjoyable to talk about issues. It's enjoyable to me to do a little homework, some investigation. So I don't necessarily feel a lot of stress while I'm on the air anyway. But now I just feel pretty darn good.
Can you feel a difference?
Yeah, this is okay. So what do you want to talk about now?
Oh, we have lots of options. We have lots of options.
So if I were in your office now, I'd be laying down. There'd be some soft music playing. You would have done the one ear, and then you would have done the other ear.
Probably.
And then do you just sit there for a while? Or are you in that state for a period of time?
Well, typically,
Because I don't have time. I got things to do.
Right, right, yeah. Typically, I'm talking to the patient. If they're really wound down and I see that they're closing their eyes and they're relaxing, and I just don't say anything, and I just kind of do what I need to do. Most of my patients, after the first visit, quite often they're asleep before I finish putting the needles in. There's a very strong relaxation benefit, and after they've come multiple times, many of my patients say, as soon as I walk in your office door, I'm already beginning to relax.
So here we are. I feel fine. I
Good.
don't feel any pain whatsoever. There was no pain as the needles were applied. And I don't feel any stress at all. I feel relaxed. I would say a normal, just pretty much relaxed state. Should I be feeling this way? Am I imagining that I'm relaxing perhaps more than I am?
No, it's doubtful that you're imagining it because it's happening. And that's about it, is that you should feel a bit calmer, a little bit more relaxed. You might feel a bit less intensity inside of you, just kind of more go with the flow type of, sensation or attitude, if you will, just to kind of quiet things down a bit and just quiet, breathe, be relaxed and calm.
Is my energy being redirected now?
It's being softened. It's being balanced. It's in a sense you can consider it redirected, but it's more about smoothing it out and strengthening it and softening it at the same time. So we're releasing the endorphins. It's making you calmer. We're strengthening the liver. Okay, which really gets stressed out. It's the organ. The liver is really takes the brunt of so much of what we do to our bodies in general, and it's enhancing how your body's working, essentially.
We appreciate you joining us today. Make your own stress relief appointment. Call Karen's Clinic, 713-721-7755.
Where conservatives find their voice. AM 700 KSEV, Tomball, Houston. The voice of Texas.
AP Radio News. I'm Diane Kepley. The latest report on jobs took a lot of the air out of the economic balloon. The unemployment rate went up to 9.8%, and only 32,000 jobs were created last month. But the numbers really don't matter to people who are looking for work.
George Soleil didn't need a jump in the unemployment rate to tell him what he already knows. After losing a construction job to injury, he's been looking for desk work.
It's just hard. You can't fill out an application and get a job just anywhere,
The prospects don't look good anytime soon.
The economy's messed up, and Bloomberg's cut 10,000 jobs in New York City, so it's kind of rough out here.
The economy created a surprisingly weak 39,000 jobs last month. Economists say that may be just a temporary slowdown, but the recovery remains stubbornly slow. Warren Levinson, New York.
Meantime, with unemployment rising, incoming House Speaker John Boehner today promised that Republicans will show the way toward extending tax cuts in 2011 if the outgoing Democrats fail to do it sooner. Partisan wrangling in the Senate has slowed attempts to pass legislation ensuring that the Bush-era tax cuts do not expire. A pair of Senate test votes is scheduled for tomorrow.